People are always asking me what is my webcam, and they're usually quite surprised to hear that I am actually not using a webcam. As you'll see here, I am using an iPhone, and the iPhone is on a tripod behind the computer, so it's not connected to me. And then another thing people ask me is how do I get these overlays to appear on my Zoom and Teams meetings? And it's actually the same software that does both of these things. The software is called Reincubate Camo, and the unfortunate thing is that this software is not yet available on Android. However, they are working on it. So you can just go onto their website, enter in your email address, and they will email you when the software is available. Now, if some of you aren't sold on the difference between using an iPhone and using your inbuilt desktop or laptop webcam, then let's just quickly show the difference between the two. Beautiful. Now, obviously it's a bit of an unfair advantage because the angle is different. So if I move this up, you can see that it's fine. You know, it's a good enough camera. You're just losing an awful lot of detail as well as color. Now you can see it's just a nicer looking image, but there's loads of other features as well that come with this. And I'm going to go through 5 reasons why I love it so much. So firstly, the setup is quite simple. There are 3 things that you need to do. The first is to download the Camo app onto your iPhone. The next thing you need to do is install the Camo software onto your Mac or PC. And then the third thing that you need to do is cable in. So plug the cable into your iPhone and then into your Mac or PC, and you should be ready to go. Then when you open up Teams or Zoom, it will usually recognize it as a separate camera. So it might take a bit of playing around with. You might have to update Zoom or update Teams or shut down your laptop and start again, but it's usually quite easy, and it did work for me the first time. But like, I wouldn't be saying I'm gonna use this app 10 minutes before a really important Zoom call. Do it the day before, give yourself a bit of time so that you're not putting yourself under pressure. The second reason that I love this app is that it comes with its own control center, and it's called Camo Studio Pro. And within this, you can make adjustments to the brightness of the shot or the saturation. If there was a reason that you wanted to go black and white, you can do that. Don't know what the reason might be, but it can work. And then there are also pre-installed presets over here. So I have never found a reason to use Orc Attack. I'm sure there's reasons to use these, and I hope one day I will find them, just not yet. The third reason that this software is so cool, and one of my favorite reasons, is that you can switch between the cameras on your phone. So if your phone has 2 or 3 cameras, you can switch between those camera views. So it's almost better than getting 2 cameras. You have 1, but you're switching. So over here, if you go to lens, it's on wide now. I can switch to ultra wide, and I'm actually zoomed in a bit here. So if I zoom out, you can see how much that angle the iPhone has. And that can be really nice if you're delivering long presentations, because you know, you can switch up what the viewer is seeing so they're not constantly looking at the same frame for the whole thing. And then I can also go telephoto, which will be a more zoomed in image. And then I can also zoom it in a bit and move what you're seeing on the frame. But I will just go back there to my wide photo because I did have that zoomed in, and I shouldn't be zooming, but I am. But the reason is that the green screen doesn't take up the full frame. So I kind of had it zoomed into, I think it was 140, and then I can push it over so that it's fully green screen and I'm positioned properly. And not only that, but if you have a second phone, you can use 2 phones with the Camo software or app on both phones, and you could actually switch between both devices while you're filming. So, you know, if you had an overhead camera looking down, or if you had a camera, you know, on the other side of the room or showing something else, potentially a second person, like an interviewee or an interviewer, and then you had someone controlling what the viewer is seeing from Camo Studio, you could have a third person doing that. So it's just giving you loads of options depending on the situation that you're in or what you're trying to film and record. The fourth reason that this software is so great is that you can overlay your graphics. Now, you can only do this with the paid version of Camo Pro, and I'll talk about price in the next section. If you're not paying for Camo Studio, then you are stuck with Camo Studio's logo on the shot. But you know, that's a small price to pay for a really, really good software. But if you are paying, you can upload custom graphics. And you know, I've created multiple graphics here now. This is the one that I was using. If I choose it, it overlays I've created all of the graphics using Canva, and here are some of the templates. And you know what's really cool is that you can even overlay a QR code onto your Zoom or Teams presentation so that people can hold up their phone, scan the QR code, and then go to all of your, I don't know, you could lead them to LinkedIn, or you could lead them to Linktree, where they can access all of your social media or website, Instagram, Twitter. You know, you could put up those different links and stuff. And that's just one idea that I've seen for an overlay, so I'm sure there's plenty of other things that you can think of yourself that could work really well. The fifth and final reason why I am now a cheerleader for Camel Studio Pro is because I reached out to them and I asked them if there was any chance I could get a discount code that I could pass on to people who do my workshops and people who watch this video, and they said sure, no problem. So the discount code is Academy20, and if you apply that, it takes €6.80 off a 12-month subscription, making an annual subscription €32. And if you want to buy a lifetime license to this, then it's €80 discounted to 64. I think that an average Logitech webcam is definitely going to be more than 64, so getting lifetime access to this at €60 I think is exceptional. Hopefully that gives you a good overview of Reincubate Camo, and you'll be more up for trying out your phone as a webcam. Fingers crossed the Android version will come out really soon. Thanks for watching.